My name is Rhapsody and welcome to Wick Hex. At the top of this video, I would like to thank Good Shepherd Entertainment for sponsoring this series. Wick Hex is a stylish tactical game that plays like the logical intersection of chess and SUPERHOT. Developed by Bithell Games, of Thomas Was Alone fame, the game is already available on Epic, Mac, and PS4 and is currently releasing onto Steam, Switch, and Xbox One on the 4th of December. The game is also 30% off on Nintendo Switch and Steam to celebrate the launch, and you can find a link in the description down below to the Steam store page where you can pick it up for yourself. Let's jump in. I have played the tutorial of this before, but in order to get you acquainted with the game as well, I will play through it again. It's also worth noting that the tutorial is going to be heavily steeped in the story that we are going to start getting involved in here in the game. So as soon as I click New Game, we are going to see a cutscene featuring the voices from the movie of Ian McShane and Lance Reddick, as well as one of the most recognizable, or at least common, video game voices of all time. We have two modes here: Operator, the core game is designed, and then Expedited. You only have 5 seconds to choose your next action. Because I'm going to want to talk through a lot of my actions, I'm not going to take Expedited here, but I think that that would be really, really, really interesting as kind of like a speed chess kind of situation. Let's go Operator, though. And here's the cutscene. Some time ago, before Helen.
Quite the imposition, is he not? Surely you must have known our disappearance would not go unnoticed.
Oh, sure. I assumed your high table would try. Put up a contract, send someone sniffing around. I didn't think they dispatched the devil.
I presume our present location is not on any maps.
None. Nobody knows about this place. That's probably why your friend started searching at Edgar Wu's place in Chinatown.
Mr. Wu is in your employ?
He was. He ran everything south of 14. Made no secret of our relationship. Hell, he was proud of it.
I honestly believed that Hex, you, were a fiction, a myth, to keep the stuff in line.
I worked hard on that, staying out of sight.
Until you decided to kidnap us.
Yeah, until then. You have a higher purpose. And that purpose requires certain theatrics.
I always did enjoy a little theater.
Oh, we're gonna get into it. Okay, so I've actually for quite a long time been a fan of the John Wick films and the universe instilled therein. So we already see the head of the Continental there, as well as Karen, the main hotelier, the main receptionist for the Continental. We also heard some discussion from Hex there, saying that they were opposed to the High Table, or rather they figured that the High Table was going to interfere in their plans by trying to send someone after them, and the High Table here at this point is sending Baba Yaga, the devil, John Wick himself. This is before Helen, right? So this is before the flashbacks, even in the first John Wick. So this is very much before anything that we've seen in the films. All right. Let's start getting into it. So we can see the Fog of War does not reveal anything, but we do get to see the actual kind of like architecture of the map. We can also see our objective and exit. We can also see up here at the top the timeline. This is how we are going to be managing priority in this game. It's not necessarily going to be like a speed roll or an initiative roll or any of those kinds of things. Instead, actions take a certain amount of time to occur, and your opponents will be trying to queue up their own actions against yours. The tutorial will describe this itself, so let's actually just jump into it. Camera control. Move the camera with WASD, rotate it with Q and E, and zoom in and out. I'll be trying to just get us always at a pretty damn useful angle here for visibility. We're going to see some really cool stuff happen at the end of this mission as well that I was about to launch into talking about, but I think it's best seen. Action timing and interruptions. All actions take a different amount of time and are displayed at the timeline on the top of the screen. The game pauses whenever your action completes or when you're interrupted. Interruptions are caused by a new enemy appearing, an incoming attack, or by your action becoming impossible. say you target an enemy with a shot. Obviously, you've got a little bit of time before the shot goes off, right? The timing of the actions that they're talking about here. And in that time, the enemy walks behind a wall. That kind of thing. An indicator points to where an eruption originated. So we haven't seen any eruptions yet, but given what it just gave us as a tooltip, we should expect to see one in just a second. This enemy is not facing me, and we can see they're a security type enemy. We can see over there on the left, and we can also see their current action, which is guard. So I strongly don't suspect they're going to be moving much at all, so I'm just going to casually approach. Attacking enemies. Click on an enemy with the left mouse in order to interact. Actions have ranges. To perform a melee attack, get closer. Enemy actions are also displayed on the timeline below yours. Plan using the movement they provide. So we can see here that the enemy's guard action actually ends in 0.2 seconds. So I'm going to move here. Thankfully, they started another guard action immediately afterwards, which will give me the ability to use any of the melee hits that we could here either. Instead, rather, of standing backwards and shooting him. So you have strike. This is a relatively fast attack in terms of its activation time. 0.6 for its start of its activation, and then 0.9 for the execution of it. Things are broken up into that. They kind of like wind up the effect itself, and then cooldown possibly as well. We also have push. This obviously is going to be about relocating enemies. We have takedown. This is a very, very heavy damage attack, but you can see there, it also takes a long time to complete. So if another enemy is on the screen and I try and use a takedown, they're probably going to shoot me during that period of time. We have parry. If the target is attacking, we're going to look at that later. Shoot, which takes longer to wind up at 0.9 on time than melee. So a lot of the time, if an enemy is trying to shoot you, you're getting close and try and melee them as a response. And then throw gun, which has the fastest activation time, faster than melee and faster than shooting a gun at 0.5 versus 0.6 and 0.9 respectively for the rest of them. And importantly, this stuns the enemy. We can see there it does 1 damage. It also does 3 focus points worth of damage. We'll talk about focus points later, but it stuns the enemy for 2.6 seconds. So oftentimes it is the way that you disarm yourself, but you get close up to the enemy and stunt their action for a moment because they're also interrupted when you stun them. Having talked a lot for the first tutorial mission here, I'm going to start actually executing it. Let's do that takedown there. Target's already down. We can see the X above their head denotes they're already dead. I could move over to that and then grab that handgun, but this one already has a reload magazine in it, and the ones that we pick up will not. So I'm going to go back out. Melee, striking an enemy does focus and health damage. Melees also stun enemies. The duration of the stun is shown on their timeline bar. Get to the exit, keep moving, and do not worry. The game pauses when an enemy appears, or rather, the game pauses when an enemy appears. Get to the exit, so I'm just going to kind of beeline it up. So you can see this enemy here is currently doing a move action for the next 0.9 seconds, which means at 0.9 seconds activation time, I'm going to be able to shoot them before they have any chance to do anything in response. And this shoot also will shoot 2 times. We can see there are 2 shoot actions being queued at the very top. So I could do this, or I could just throw the gun and walk up to them, or I could even try and move closer before I take the shot. I think what I actually might do... No, we'll talk about that later. I'm going to shoot. Nice. Rolled the hit on both of those 60s there. And then I'm going to make my way out. Intros and executions. All attack actions displayed on the timeline have an intro area, grey, which denotes preparation time. Damage and costs are applied at the start of the execution area, though, in the pink. And they may have multiple execution points. Each one applies damage individually. Oh, cool. So you're currently in your spawn action. There's no way after completing your spawn action you'll have enough time to draw and fire on me. So I'm just going to take you down like that. And then again, this security is actually going to make it a little closer. I'm going to back around this corner. I'm going to crouch down as well. Okay, and that's their last known position. I'm actually going to use some focus here, which is a resource we can see down here at the very bottom of the screen. I'm going to use 2 to roll out, and then I'm going to take the shot. The fact that I was crouched increased my accuracy there. And also the fact that I took some more time before actually engaging that enemy meant they were closer, so again, more accuracy. Area complete. And we see a little bit of the overview of the resources we had at the end there. But here is the thing that I really wanted to show off. and it'll look much more impressive in later missions. Watch replay. It uses your actions straight up to effectively combine a John Wick action scene. Obviously, as it gets more tense and there are more enemies at the same period of time, this is gonna pop a little more, but even as it currently stands, the first time I saw that, I was absolutely enamored. And I still am. Welcome to the map screen rather, sorry. You're playing across a larger environment. Health and ammunition persists, so play carefully. For future jobs, you will have to plan ahead. So our next area is the alleyway. The cleanest route to Edgar is through this alleyway. Let's go for it. Okay. Enemies looking away, and they are on guard as well, so I'll make my approach and take them down. Hit chances. Some actions have a probability of success per execution, as shown as a percentage. Probabilities are calculated at the moment of execution, so pay attention to enemy timeline bars. Crouching increases your chance on shots at enemies, as does waiting for them to stand still. You moving or the enemy moving will lower the accuracy of the target shooting. Moving or being a small target lowers their chance of hitting you. So that's another one of the benefits of crouching there. All right, I'll go for the takedown. We can see here as well, the takedown gives me the ability to choose a takedown destination, so that's where John Wick will end up at the end of it. I'm gonna move forward. That was wrong. I definitely should not have moved forward. Okay, so we've got two targets I'm gonna be shooting on a 0.6 and then a 0.8. Okay, so if I was to... Okay, moving would actually be way too slow to get out of the way of any of these. Okay, how do I account for it then? So you're the one shooting for... In fact, both of them shoot before I can do anything. So you shoot last. Okay, I'm gonna throw my gun at you. Stunning you. For 2.5 seconds. I'm gonna use that to... Oh my god. It's a second mission. I don't want to engage with that enemy anymore. Stop showing me that enemy. I would like to move next to them. Okay. Actually, if I use this push... Can I, like, body block with you? It definitely seemed to affect something. Okay. Now, this will do 2 damage. This strike gets the kill. Multiple shots just being taken on me constantly here. Yeah, I needed to be slower in my approach. I screwed up so much at the very start of this mission. Oh, gosh. Oh, you're even about to take a shot. All right, move in. Okay, thank you. As I was moving there, I didn't take the hit itself. Why not? Oh, yeah, I threw my gun. Well, at least I was moving at the time. I'm just gonna go for the takedown. Takedown again. My focus is low. Oh, right, yeah. I was spending focus while I was using those takedowns. Focus is spent with advanced melee and rolling. Without it, you cannot reload, and your hit chances on multiple attacks are lowered. Incoming attacks are likelier to hit you and stun for longer. Refocusing is free, but it takes some time, so find a safe opening. I'm gonna go over here, pick up my own custom handgun. The rest of these are just 9mm handguns. I'm gonna move into... Oh my god. My health is low as well. Bandages are limited. After Chinatown, I'll need to stash them myself in the planning phase. I'm still going to move out of the way and then bandage up. Bandage up was a incredibly long action there, but thankfully my shots go off first in response. We'll also refocus. 2 times, actually. Because I didn't suspect anyone was about to bust around that corner again. Okay. So to be protected from anyone over in this area, I'm going to be walking behind these pillars. Yeah, because that forms a hard edge. Alright. Also pick up these I'll pick up these bandages in just a second. I'm going to shoot you first. There we go. My handgun is also down to 5 out of 15 and 1 magazine. But if you know anything about the John Wick action films, you'll know that a large amount of the focus is spent on trying to make those feel very grounded and very realistic. So if I reload here, I'm not just getting, or rather, like, there's a reason this doesn't say, 10 bullets or something like that. It's one magazine. So I would reload this and I would just fill the magazine. So empty your magazine before you reload. It's a stark contrast to a lot of guns in other games, but definitely makes sense here. Okay. Firearm efficiency. Reloading is exactly what I was talking about. Reloading discards all the remaining rounds in your magazine. You can only carry one weapon at once, so picking up a new weapon drops your current one, and only player-stashed weapons have spare magazines. This is what I was talking about prior, right? I came with an extra reload on my custom handgun. All of the enemies' weapons right now have no reloads in them. Bandages are also finite. Okay. This enemy is currently spawning. Yeah, they're going to take such a period of time doing that I can easily get my... Oh, they walked into the... Why'd they have to do that? All right, I need to back up. I also have a wait button here if I want to lie in wait. I think I will lay in wait for... There we go. A target. Got him. I've got 2 bullets left in this gun. I'm actually going to wait again because I feel like, yeah, the next one's going to come on screen too. Okay, I'm taking 1 shot. I'm actually going to change my stance. Get back out here. Change my stance once more. Do I really want to roll here? I can refocus after, it's fine. Yeah, I'll roll out. Becoming a small target. Get that kill. And then with only 1 left in the custom handgun, do I reload now? Yeah. Good point to be made that I almost certainly should. There's also an even better point to be made that we finished the levels, so it doesn't matter. Let's watch that replay. This is real sloppy at the start. I feel bad about this. Just really poorly managed on my part. Took so much damage. Even more there. Finally got the bandage off at least. And then from the rest of it is actually kind of well executed in my mind. I think no one sneaks up. I was about to say sweeks up. Don't know how that would be. No one sneaks up on John. Back off for just a moment, and then get that good combat roll in there. We'll end this replay because the rest of it is just walking to the end of the stage. Tea House. Edgar's employees are aware of your ambush and are... Sorry, your approach, and are readying an ambush. I mean, it is kind of our ambush, right? With John Wick and all that. You're low on ammunition. If you're holding magazines, you can reload.
Edgar's boys are rather unpleasant, if I recall correctly.
Who among our kind are innocent? We are murderers, thieves, and worse.
Speak for yourself. We live by a code. There are rules.
True. For those without the vision to transcend them.
That's one thing I want to figure out over the course of the next couple episodes is a little bit of the factional details that are going on here, right? Because obviously Hex is outside of the high table, outside of the Continental, outside of effectively the establishment of we've seen it in the Wick films themselves. I would like to know what faction they represent, if any, that exists in that universe, but also, or exactly exists in the filmic universe specifically. But also outside of that, just what they represent, because we haven't really seen another faction that kind of rivals the high table. Well, I guess, except for John. I mean, the Bowery a little bit, but they are also, like, all of them admit to being below the table. So I just really like the films, yeah. If you're low on ammunition, you are holding magazines, you can reload. Reloading takes time, so choose your moment carefully, and otherwise you can pick up a dropped or stashed weapon. So we can already see that with a throw gun mechanic being the fastest attack with the stun, as well as the ability to pick up weapons in the middle of combat, as well as the fact that ammo is quite limited, so you're incentivized to do that. A lot of this is going to play out. Like, it directly incentivizes the kinds of things that you see in the John Wick action scenes of discarding a weapon as soon as it's done and finding a creative usage for it and then getting to your next weapon and then finding a way to utilize that until it's done and doing it again. Let's crouch actually on our... No, don't crouch on the initial approach because then it's focused to roll. I will take the reload here early though. Okay. Peer around the corner. Enemy types. Enemies carry different weapons and have differing behaviors. Pay attention to the names and the weapons they're carrying. It's more likely an enemy's up in that way, right? So, good work, Ryan. I mean, I almost certainly get the shot off first. I could also throw, but then if an enemy is down here, I have no recourse, right? I can also try and move to interrupt. Just move, the enemy completes their move action, go for a takedown. Land back here after the takedown. That would peer around the corner, though, and probably activate any enemy there. I'm actually just going to take the shot. I'm going to take the shot. Yeah. This enemy is called a brawler, and they're on the move. So I have to imagine they are going to get in close and try and fight me. And I have to imagine that because I played the tutorial. Sorry. I have no time for fisticuffs right now. Low cover allows you to break line of sight if you crouch. Crouching also gives you an opportunity to roll. Rolling is fast, you're harder to hit, but it also costs focus, so you should use it sparingly. Okay, we pop open the door. We can see one target, security at the very end there. We can also see a spawning area over here. I mean, I could easily just go in and break line of sight by crouching down. Oh, that's a second target on the board. You're on move and you're on shoot. Okay. So if you're on shoot, you're almost certainly going to get your shot off first on me. Is that true? No, you literally just completed a move action. I think both of us shoot at the same time. Draw. Nah, I shot first. I shot first, which then cancelled their following shoot action, changed them to a move, and then the far target actually managed to shoot me first. I don't really want to get shot again. But I also really don't want to leave this target alive. Okay, I take that shot. This target's about to shoot me. I'm not going to crouch fast enough to get out of the way of this. No! I did? It's also possible they just missed. I'm gonna pop back up and deal out some lumps. Whoop. There's another target on the other side of the screen that I kind of didn't appreciate the existence of for too long. Okay. I am going to crouch and then be quite sad about it, apparently. I'm going to roll forward. Wait for a couple frames here. Nice. Take the shot when it's offered. 3 left in the handgun. Wait for a couple more frames and then do the same. Dang. Are they still reeling from that? They may still be reeling from that. I'm going to stand up. Oh, there's another enemy here. It's exactly what I didn't want to have happen. All right, I'm going to throw my gun at you. There's no way I'm moving there fast enough. I'm going to crouch, trying to get away from that shot. That didn't work. So I'm going to stand back up. Get all up close and personal and feel pretty bad about it. Okay, I'm going to push. Okay, never mind. The enemy is just going to move and prevent me from doing that as a result. Enemy strike incoming. You can dodge by stepping out of the melee capsule or do a parry attack. Both spend focus, but may help you find a little moment to retaliate. I'm going to go for the parry. Okay. Single strike. Bad hit right there. Stop hitting me. Please. Oh. Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. I should crash before I did that. Get the 9mm. Okay, I can't refocus while crouching. Interesting. Unfortunately, I just heard something activate somewhere. Alright, I'm gonna start making my way towards the exit. Taking big strides, because we'll just get told. This fight will get dangerous. Uh-oh. Quickly, remember the timeline, use sightlines, play the odds. Remember that moving and crouching reduce your chance of getting hit. Good luck. Okay, so we've got one enemy already on the spawn. I'll take my instantaneous free kill here. Okay. I really don't want to throw my gun right now because I suspect if I throw my gun, I'm locking myself out of using weapons for a little bit of time here. But you know what? I need to learn how to utilize this effectively. We'll make my takedown location a safer location than the one I was in prior. Oh, yeah, I was about to say, I can move exactly to the exit right now, but no, I can't. Or maybe I can? That's a brawler. I'm gonna pick this up and shoot you. It's a 40% chance on the shot. Crouch then. $60 and an 80. Change to this for the extra ammo. Exit locked, enemies close. Eh? No, they aren't. Nice. Check out that replay. Okay, I could totally envision that in a Wick scene so far. Getting shot there, not so much. The crouch in response and dodging a shot as a result, definitely. Good combat roll behind a pillar. Playing chicken with a couple of characters. Oh, crouching to take a bullet. Don't love that. And this whole area is real rough on my part. Little bit of refuel, refocus, reheal, or regenerate to keep the structure going on. Taking that gun for the brawler. And nice try, but you're a brawler as well. And we're out. Oh. I'm really enjoying this. For the moment, though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been John Wick Hex. Again, there is a link at the top of the description down below for the Steam store page where you can pick this game up for yourself. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. The playlist is in the description down below with all my content on the game present and future. And hopefully we'll see you next time.